In this video, we're going to be talking about combining like terms. On the right hand side, we're going to go and review when you multiply and divide a positives and negatives. So when you have a positive times a positive, your answer is going to be a positive. When you have a positive times a negative, your answer should be a negative. If you have a negative times a negative, it should be equal to a positive. When you have a negative times a positive, your answer should be a negative. And like I said before, when you can use this when you're multiplying and dividing. So on this problem, we have negative 5k plus 6k. When we're combining like terms, it has to be the same variable. So in this one, we have k and we have k here. So that means that we can go ahead and combine these terms. So you have a negative 5 and you have a positive 6k. So since we have two different signs going on, we'll always have to subtract. In this case, we're going to look at what number is bigger, 5 or 6. 6 is the biggest number, so then we're going to look at what sign is in front of the 6. It's a positive. So your answer is going to be a positive. So we're going to go ahead and say 6 minus 5 is going to be 1, or you can just write it as k. And that's going to be your answer. In this problem, we have 7r minus 13 minus 7. We're going to combine the like terms as much as we can. So we have 7r minus 13 minus 7. What I like to do is you can use lines, circles, or just different type of color pencils or markers or pens so you won't get confused. So I'm going to go ahead and everywhere I see a number or a variable, it's going to highlight it red so I won't get confused. And then on the other hand, we have only numbers. I'm just going to underline it with a different color. So in this case, I underlined 7r with a red marker, and I underlined just the numbers with a blue marker. So we have negative 13 and we have negative 7. So I went ahead and just underlined it so I won't get confused. And so that way I can combine what I can combine. So here, if you look at it, we only have one that has a red marker, or highlighted, a number or a variable. So I'm just going to bring that down because there's no combining. So that's just going to stay the same. So then I'm going to go ahead and look at the two blue underlines that I made. They are just numbers. So you have two of the same signs. You have a negative 13 and you have a negative 7. So they have both signs. So what you're going to add? Negative 13 and a negative 7 is going to be negative 20. So your answer is going to be 7r minus 20. On this problem, we have x minus 11 plus 10x minus 2. So this one, I'm going to do a little bit different than the other problem. The other problem, I went ahead and underlined it with different colors. This time, I'm just going to line under and circle the like terms. And it's going to be the same way, and it's going to give you the same answer. So in this one, I'm just going to go ahead and underline the variables. So we have x and we have 10x. Then on the other one, that we only have the numbers, which is negative 11 and negative 2, just going to circle it. So I know which are our like terms. So go ahead and do the variables first. We have positive x, we have positive 10x. So it's going to give us positive 11x. Then I go ahead and combine the other terms, which is negative 11 and negative 2. When we have two of the same signs, if it's negative or positive, you're always going to add. In this case, we have negative 11, negative 2. So our answer is going to be here, negative. So negative 11 plus negative 2 is going to give us negative 13. So that's going to be our answer. This problem, we have negative 2x plus 3 parentheses 5 plus 6x. Before we are able to combine like terms, we're going to make sure we multiply what's inside parentheses. So we do, there's nothing here, so we're just going to bring it down here to negative 2x. We do 3 times 5 is going to be 15. Then we do positive 3 times positive 6x is going to give us positive 18x. Then we're going to go ahead and combine like terms. Like the other problems, I'm just going to go ahead and underline the number with the variable. And then on the other ones, I'm going to go ahead and circle so I won't get confused which ones to combine. So here we have negative 2x plus 18x. We had two different signs, so when we have two different signs, we're going to go ahead and subtract. Negative 2 plus 18 is going to give us 16x, and we only have that by itself, so we're just going to go ahead and add plus 15. So that's going to be our answer. Problem, we have negative 3x minus parentheses 7 minus 11x. So right here you can just put a 1, it's the same thing. I'm going to go ahead, before we can able to combine like terms, we're going to make sure we multiply this first. Okay, we're going to bring this down. And we're going to have negative 1 times positive 7. A negative times a positive is going to give us a negative. And 1 times 7 is going to give us 7. Negative times a negative is going to give us a positive. And then we have 1 times 11 is going to give us 11x. Now we can combine like terms. Go ahead and underline the number with the variable. Nothing here. Here you have 1. And here you have the number by itself. So I'm just going to circle it. And now I'm going to go ahead and combine like terms. I have negative 3x and I have positive 11x. I have two different signs, so we're going to go ahead and subtract. What's bigger, 11 or 3? It's 11. So what sign is in front of it? It's a positive. So 11 take away 3 is going to give us 8x. We're going to go ahead and just bring the negative 7 down because there's nothing that negative 7 can be combined with. So our answer is going to be 8x minus 7. In this problem we have 5 parentheses 3x plus 6 close parenthesis plus 2 parentheses x plus 5. So before we can combine any like terms, we're going to go ahead and multiply this. And multiply this to and that. So you do 5 times 3x is going to give you 15x plus 6 times 5 is 30. 2 times 1 or x is going to be 2x. Then we have 2 times 5 is going to give us positive 10. So now we can go ahead and combine like terms. I'm going to go ahead and underline the number with the variable. And the ones that only have the numbers, I'm going to go ahead and circle it. So on this problem we have 15x. We have positive 2x. So we're just going to combine 17x now. Then we have 30 and 10. So we're going to go ahead, and they both have positive. So put positive here, plus 30 plus 10 is going to go 40. So our answer is going to be 17x plus 40.